my goodness. Look what we have here. A typical Windows XP system. This computer was purchased yesterday, and as far as I can see, it is in decent condition for its age. Now, this computer was purchased off of Facebook Marketplace, and the general hardware is in good condition. It's just the case that's in not so good condition. The case has rust in it. Well, it's normal in a way because, you know, just saying its age. I mean, it's almost a 20-year-old computer, which makes sense. The seller that I bought this off of, he said that he's never cleaned it, never taken it apart. So today we're going to be doing that in this restoration. Now, before the restoration starts, I would like to tell you guys that I have taken this computer apart, obviously. Specs of this computer are, we got a 40GB hard drive, we have a floppy disk reader, this computer has 128 megabytes of RAM. Yes, you heard it right, megabytes. Very, very slow RAM, DDR2, I think. Over there are the front USB connectors. We have the different ribbon cables. That's very typical for early 2000s. The power supply is I've never heard of this brand, but it's like a 300-watt unit. It did its job. As far as the motherboard went, it is an Intel motherboard. Yes, it's not an Intel socket. Well, it is an Intel socket, but it is it was made by Intel. Yes, this computer is so old that the motherboard was made by Intel. Intel doesn't make motherboards, if you don't know already. They don't make them anymore. They stopped making them like in 2013. So the APU we have in this system is an Intel Celeron, which goes to 2.4 gigahertz. Again, you can see the dust bowls everywhere on the board. It's expected. I don't blame the seller. Over here we have a pretty typical DVD drive. It was made by Sony, manufactured in June 2003. So this computer was a pre-built probably back in 2003, which makes it an 18-year-old computer as we speak right now, which is crazy. Over there is the power button for the system. I will be washing the case. I plan on washing it. Yeah, so that's the power button, the hard drive light. So now that I've explained all the parts that are in this system, the specs, let's get into the actual restoration.
Keep in mind, this chip has integrated graphics, so okay, we're gonna zoom that in. Your reflection in my wine glass. That's when I look away. Can't stand to think about losing your fine ass. It's a chip, guys. How the fuck I let you slip away? Intel Celeron. But I'm dead inside. Kill my vibes, it was genocide. Hard to act like I've been alive. I'm trying to find where I identify. One time for the girl that got away. 2 times for the above, I'm about to spray. 3 times for the power that I pray to. Are you so if you look closely here, I know I fucked up. It's an Intel Celeron, what's this, for 2002, 2.4 gigahertz. It's a really shitty chip. However, it was pretty good back then. As you can see, if you look closely, the board's dusty as usual. And if you look over there, it's not bad, but yeah, that's too bad though. Just get another angle for you guys to see the chip again. Close up. It's all pins. Again, you should have onboard graphics, so yeah. It's a good CPU.
different APU level. Put this back in the slot. Okay. Yeah, I think that's more than Okay guys, so a bit of an update on this computer. So I started making this video last night, like at midnight, and I couldn't really, like, obviously I couldn't be loud. I recorded again like at 6 a.m. and I couldn't really talk loud either. Now I can talk as loud as I want because I'm home alone and I don't care. So if we look here, just to recap, I took everything out of that case. Every fucking thing's on the floor right now. Every part, even the APU's on the floor. Fans, the screen, it's a mess, okay? It is a mess right now. But I actually cleaned the motherboard with some alcohol. I looked up online, it said it's safe to, like, you know, use alcohol to clean down a motherboard as long as it dries afterwards. So as you can see, I always took out the CPU. It's an Intel Celeron. It has onboard graphics, so there's no graphics card in the system. Seller, if you're watching this video, you know that you originally had a graphics card for this thing, but apparently it didn't fit in the system or something like that, so it's fine. I have Intel graphics on board. But this thing isn't really meant for gaming, alright? So, if you actually look at the top here, if it'll focus, there you go. You can see that this board was made in 2002. December 18th, 2002 specific unit was manufactured. Jesus Christ, that's 19 years ago. That is insane. This board is literally older than me. Yeah, but okay. These boards were good back then, but Intel stopped making their own boards back in like 2012, I think. But yeah. Intel, this is, if you guys don't know already, this is actually an Intel board specific unit I have. You can tell us also from the the old Intel logo. But anyways, it was dusty. I kind of just wiped down alcohol with like a Q-tip, basic. Again, it's not the cleanest, not like spotless, but it will do the job. Those capacitors I kind of cleaned down. It's hard to get in between the grooves because you don't want to like fuck with the capacitor. But if we look, it's very tight to actually get in between every single capacitor. But I try my best, so that's what counts. So right now we're gonna go outside and just hose down that case because why the hell not? If you guys are familiar with this case, I took the side panel, or not the side panel, the front panel off. Oh yeah, and I also washed the heatsink. Good. Anyways, so this computer is actually an HP Compact Presario. I have the S4000NX unit. I washed this front panel. It's really nothing. It's just like, there's no wires connected to this thing, it's just a button. But yeah, let's go outside and wash the crap out of that case, because if you look, yeah, that's rust or something, I don't know what it is. So yeah, let's hope I don't get wet. Alright, let's do this. Not too heavy to be honest, it's the case. Again guys, this case is stripped out. I took out the DVD drive, I took out the power, even the power button. It's just the case itself. Let me grab shoes. Okay, I got my Adidas shoes. So, now that's actually like daylight, I can actually show you. So, there's like hairs or something in there, I don't know what it is. That looks like rust. I don't know, if you guys let me know in the comments, but that is rust. That like stuff right there. But behind that, it's just dust. Like, it's literally dust. But yeah, let's have my hose down here. yeah, that's the hose. So, I feel like this is gonna be a bad idea, but like, who the hell cares? Again, this is my first time washing a computer. I'm not gonna use soap, I'm just gonna rinse it down with water. Oh my god, it's gonna be funny. Okay, we set it down here. The hose is right here. Let me just turn the water on real quick. That should be fine. Alright. Just give it a second. There we go. Let's apply more power. Might. Alright, let's do this. Let's do this, guys. Let's go. Ready, set. Oh yeah. Bro. I just took out the PCIe cover, but who cares? Oh, it's just coming off. Oh, my iPad's getting wet. Shit. I'm gonna. Oh. Hold up. Alright, my iPad got a bit wet, but who cares? I'm gonna wash the front now. Oh. That doesn't look pretty. Alright. I'm crazy, eh? I'm really crazy. There's like shit on my lap. So if you're watching this video right now, this is your case. It's shit coming off. This is the dry base. Oh. Let me get you guys a closer angle at this. Okay. I'll put you guys over here. Or not. Oh my god, it's all wet here. Where should I put you guys? So you guys can actually see this. I'll put you guys right over here, next to the fence. I don't want to get you guys close to this because water and I don't want this thing to get wet, but that is all wet. I need this thing to dry for a bit, let the water evaporate. As you can see, that rust isn't coming off, that's the thing. As you can see, that's a lot of rust. I'll just call it rust. I don't know what that is exactly, but the water isn't getting it off. But I got rest of the other stuff off. See, the PCIe cover's still surviving. It's hard to believe how dirty this thing was. There goes the water. There's different modes on this hose. You can do cone. Let's see cone. Oh yeah. There's jet. Let's do jet. I'm jet. I mean, I could wash this with soap. I don't know if I should. Should I wash this with soap? I don't know. I mean, it's not bad. It's just, I'm surprised the PCIe cover didn't blow off by now.
As you can see, the stickers are still surviving. Windows XP Home Edition.
So would I recommend doing this to your computer case? No, unless it's pretty filthy. Which this one was
Quite a bit, because I don't blame the seller.
I think you told me that you've never cleaned it, so makes sense in a way.
But the thing is drenched now. I might use soap to wash this garbage.
But again, no components are in here, guys. It's just the case itself.
But yeah, I actually might use soap. I'm gonna go
Let me grab the sponge and the soap. I can't believe I'm doing this. Like, I'm crazy, but I don't care. Getting reviews, anyways. There it is. So we go in here. There's a sponge. Okay, these are like, neither of these are mine, but we'll just use them. We have the sponge here, right? There's already soap on here. We're gonna use the Dawn dish soap. We're gonna wash this case. So why the hell not? Things are gonna look brand spanking new in the end. Hold up. I know, guys, I'm crazy. But we got the Dawn dish soap and the sponge, which I'm holding right now. Oh my god. Okay. We have everything we need to wash a computer case. So let's do it. With fancy, I've been acquainted with lavish and learned it wanting it's haunted. We used to know you don't have it. I want bucks like in Tampa, never lower my standards. That's why I still got my eye on this little thing from Atlanta. I'm getting better, baby, nothing is new. And if you tell me that you fuck with me, I fuck with you too. I got the goods for you haters, I just stick to the roots. And when the mountains blow the silver bullet and shoot. I'm like, okay guys, so the case is drying now. Successfully washed it. This Dawn, that's literally all I use is Dawn dish soap really. So I'm gonna leave it dry on the steps over there. And we should be good to go. So I'll be right back. Okay, so we have our soap and sponge there, we're done. I'm gonna let this guy dry maybe 3-4 hours, more or less. Here's a look at it before I go inside. It's still rusty, but I cleaned out all the debris. But I gotta figure out how to take that back side panel off, because all that water is just sitting. And I need it to be 100% dry. Surprised that the PCIe cover survived all that. Okay, so it's cloudy right now. It's gonna be expected to have rain in a few hours, so if it rains, then I'm screwed because then it's gonna get wet again. So I'm gonna have to bring it inside, maybe leave it in the garage or something. I don't know, figure out something. But for now, it could just stay out here. I'll come back when I'm inside my house. The DVD drive, yeah, the motherboard's fine, it's clean. I'm gonna put the APU back on, the processor, and then we're gonna proceed to putting the thermal compound on. Then we're gonna put the heatsink on. So before we do all that,
we're gonna take apart the. I don't know if we should take apart the power supply because those are a pain in the ass to take apart. That side panel I might wash. I don't know yet. Maybe not. But that DVD drive I may open. Yeah. Change my mind. I'm actually gonna put the APU back on now. Okay, so I have a perfect shot at the socket right now. We're gonna go ahead and lift up this retention arm like that. Then we're gonna grab the processor. Be careful to not bend any sort of pins. Yeah, they seem to be intact. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the processor on here. So actually, I need to turn it this way. Okay, so you guys can get a good angle at this placement. So just want to line up the pins with the socket. Try not to touch the pins. You could bend them. So this is the way it was originally. We're just gonna place it. Don't apply pressure. Just place it in. It should just, yeah, that's in. We just installed a APU. No pins are bent. Get a closer look. Yeah, all those pins are intact. So we're just gonna again place it on. Like, place it. Why can't I go in now? What the hell? Why can't I go in? On. There we go. And then you just want to lift down the retention arm and lock it in. So your CPU is locked in. There it is. It's an Intel Celeron. Good name about that. Celeron 2.4 gigahertz. All that jazz. Now I have a thermal paste I gotta do. I gotta put on the APU. Before I do that, I'm gonna grab the heatsink. I gotta clean up that fan, the CPU fan. But I washed this. This is fine. I removed the leftover thermal compound. This is fine. This is all good. Before it was all dusty and stuff there. Fun fact, before I started recording this video, I actually got a head start and I actually took the whole thing apart because everyone's gonna want to record that. That's kind of boring. But here we are with the cooler. We can always install a fan afterwards. That is the CPU fan. Now, I don't know how I'm gonna clean that, but yeah. This side seems, it's a Cooler Master fan, so oh god. This is part of the CPU cooler. You literally just put the fan on here. You mount it with 4 screws. But yeah, you can see I clean all the thermal paste off. There's still a little frame of the thermal paste. You can see little, but it's pretty much gone. There was like dust buildup over here. It's gone now. Okay, my bad. This is actually the heatsink. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Okay, the heatsink. So this is the heatsink. It basically keeps the CPU cool. So yeah, this is the frame for the fan. This is where it mounts onto, and it just spins like it just cools the CPU. Now I'm gonna get some Arctic MX4 and we're gonna repaste that CPU. I'm gonna dry this down with like a damp cloth, and then we'll move on. Okay, viewers. So this is the thermal paste I use, Arctic MX4. This is really good stuff. You can use it on pretty much any computer, really, any console. It has a chip on board. You can use it. It's really good thermal compound. Highly recommend it. I actually use this compound on my personal gaming PC, which is pretty interesting. So, thermal compound on it. Let me first take the cap off. There we go. So this is the thermal paste, thermal compound, thermal paste, however you want to call it. All you want to do is you want to put like a literal dot on this chip. That's all you do, like this. Like literally that. That's all you need. Some people do like an X, but I just personally just do a dot. Like that. There we go. That's literally all you need. It's probably more than enough, really. I mean, you don't need much thermal paste on these older CPUs, really, or on any computer in general. So, just a good thing to keep in mind. Now, what you want to do next is you actually want to. We're gonna install the Cooler Master fan afterwards because you just gotta screw it in with 4 screws. So this goes. Okay, let me zoom out here so you guys can actually get a better angle. Where can I put this? Okay. So I think that's a pretty good angle to get this. I mean, I can't really. Let's do this. Hold on. Okay, that actually makes it a lot better of an angle. So top down view kind of style, you know. So this goes on this way, obviously. I'm gonna line this up. This guy up like so. Make sure it's in, and then we're just gonna lock it in place. There we go. So that is in pretty well. Oh, oops. Wait a second. Wait a minute. Okay. Make sure it's inserted, and then we're just gonna lock it in place. Okay. That heatsink ain't going anywhere now. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna screw in this fan. I have the 4 screws right here. Let me just grab them. Screws are right here. Okay. So here's the screws. I'm gonna put those aside. Under there. Okay. So this. Oh, I thought I had to take those these things out to put that fan in. That's gonna be for a second. Okay, so these screws look like they go. Okay, let me get this fan out. This goes this way. Yeah, I originally went this way if I remember correctly. Okay. Alright. So now we're gonna go ahead and screw this guy in to make sure it's secured. There's a screwdriver right here. Make sure this guy's secured. Okay, that's in pretty well. I do say myself. This is that screw. Oops. Okay. This one. Okay, why is this one going in now? There we go. That's going in. So here's a tip when you're dealing with computers, when you screw your stuff in. Do it in a cross pattern. I know I say this in literally every video, but it's true. You gotta do it in a cross pattern. So say you start with this side and screw in here. You want to screw in there to apply equal pressure to the actual fan or whatever you're screwing in. Same goes for motherboards, same goes for case fans. It's literally that's good. Next we'll do that one. Final one. I hope this computer boots after this, because the seller, he sent me a picture. I know he sent me a picture and a video of it on and working, but okay, that's in. Yeah, that fan ain't going anywhere really. Yeah, that fan is good. Okay, so now what you want to do is you see that I'll rotate this board. We want to connect this fan now. So you see that connector right there, this one right here. It's a 3-pin, and this one's a 3-pin. So what you want to do next is you want to plug it in, plug the actual fan in, like this. There we go. Now the fan has power. What I'm gonna do next is I actually may test this thing to see if hopefully turns on. Let me do that real quick. So if you guys don't know already, you can jump computers, and what that basically means is you can plug everything in right without the case, and then you're probably saying, dude, how you can turn it on when there's no power button? Well, you can. These are the front panel connectors. You can just use like a flathead bit, touch it right there, and it'll send signal for it to turn on, which is pretty dang cool. Guys, we got to work. I literally just plugged it in and it got power. Yes, we are on and working. So as you can see, this is basically how the whole setup goes, right? You have your power supply. The green light is on. That means we have power. I don't actually know what power supply this is, but this is that. Power supply, plug it in, use the ordinary computer power cord, right? Plug it in, it comes in from the 20-pin connector from the power supply, and that is your CPU power cable. Fan power cable, it all works. It literally works. We don't have our RAM inserted, so we're probably gonna do that. Unplug it real quick. So you don't need to actually like jump it, it just turns on by itself with these older, that usually happens with these older computers, right? So literally all you do, plug it in. There it goes. It's alive, guys. I don't know what it's gonna look like on screen, but I'm actually making a monitor now. I have a monitor downstairs. Let's see what we actually have on screen. But yeah, that's basically how you jump a computer. So now I'm gonna get a monitor and see what we have on screen, because I don't know what is on the screen really. So yeah, I'm gonna leave the computer on. We actually do have a monitor downstairs for like an old Windows XP system that I still have to this day. But it's a very old monitor. It's from like 2004. I keep old computer components because I find them cooler than the newer shit now. Like, don't get me wrong, the newer computer components are cool, but I don't know why. I just prefer the older stuff, you know? This is a monitor. It's a very, very, very old school looking monitor. It's a direction monitor. I don't know. So we're just gonna bring this shit upstairs. This is the power brick. Power supply. We're just gonna lift this up casually. Okay guys, so it's been probably a good 3 hours since we last spoke. I put it all back together. So as you can see, we put the whole PC back together to the way it was. I do have a sound card here, but we're putting it in last once I have an operating system on this guy. However, there is a small problem. Turns on and all, but I have a Windows XP installed disk in this. But whenever turn on, press F2 to resume. Look there. Give it a second. Boot manager is missing. Press Ctrl Alt Delete to restart. That's been doing that for the past 10 minutes. I mean, I do have a USB, but I don't think it'll work because this thing's too old to take USBs. So we're gonna have to pass on that. So as you can see, just a picture, guys. Yeah, I don't know why it makes that noise, but we do have the XP Pro version. This disc literally worked on my other computer that I worked on and installed XP perfectly fine. So I don't know why this thing's having problems. I think the computer's hate me or some shit. I don't know. So I'm restarting the computer. Maybe it's just a glitch. I might have changed the boot priorities around. Maybe, maybe not. But, so press F2 on the keyboard. I'll make it where I'll probably make the hard drive the first boot priority. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna shut this thing down. So as you can see, we're in the BIOS. The aspect ratio on this monitor is effed up, so just ignore that. But if we go to, okay, I don't know why it does that. We'll go to boot priority. Yeah, that's a little messed up. As you can see that I can't see what it says. Like, it just cuts off right there. So I don't know how to fix, because maybe I could change display settings in the BIOS, but I don't know, guys. Maybe we can go to boot ROM. Maybe that's it. Boot ROM. Let's see if we can enable that. Alright. Let's enable that. And then we're gonna now this is an HP BIOS, so now let's see. I might take out the C. Oh, we're in the BIOS now. So if we look here, oh, okay, my aspect ratio got fixed. Okay, thank God. So now we can actually get a full screen picture of what's going on. So we have it to where now I can actually see what the hell I'm doing. Not right. Oh, hold on. So why don't let me? Why don't let me scroll down? Hello, computer. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we're gonna make it so that our hard drive is the first boot priority, and our CD-ROM. Okay, let me just expand the hard drive. So we have our Western Digital, not Toshiba. It's a 40 gig drive, so we're just gonna. Oh no. Okay. Escape. Okay, hold on. Chill, computer. Chill, man. And then CD-ROM is gonna be obviously our CD-ROM. Okay. Let's see if we can actually. Our Celeron chip right there, 2.4 gigahertz. We have, okay. Right, okay. This is very similar to my other BIOS that I've dealt with in my previous computer. Okay. Let's make it so that, let's go to advanced. No, that's a bit laggy. What is this stuff? Oh, okay, so there's onboard audio, hardware monitor. That's like, okay, CPU fans, but I don't care about that right now. Security, maybe? No, it's just a stupid password. IO device config. DMA. No. See, these older systems don't have the UEFI feature, so you can't, like, it's too old. Because they didn't start putting that in computers until, like, 2006, I believe, so. Okay, you know what? We're gonna do hard drive, CD-ROM drive, removable devices. Let's swap this. Let's swap. So we're gonna do this to be Bro, what? This literally makes no sense. Okay. This thing isn't doing it, like... Oh, there we go. Okay, let's F10 save. Let's get out of here. So I made it so that the CD-ROM is the first boot to Prime, because we have the Windows XP CD in there. So, let's see now. Can we boot to Windows, please? We can do this stupid setup. Please, 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 please. I'm begging you. Okay. I'm just gonna leave it at the screen for a second, because it might... I think I might press F2. Okay. Let's see. Nope! Boot manager is missing. I need to look up a way to fix the boot manager. It's missing thing. So, I'll be back. Okay, guys. So, lots has changed in the past 22 hours. It is now the next day, and a lot has changed. So, what I did yesterday was I tried to install Windows from a DVD drive, but then the DVD drive wouldn't open, so I decided to take it apart and see what's wrong, and then the whole thing just broke on me. So, DVD drive out of the picture. I cannot install Windows from the DVD drive because it's broken right now. So what I'm doing now is I'm on my other computer, and I have a USB plugged in. What I'm doing is I'm installing Windows XP to my USB drive. So right now it's downloading. As of right now, it's at that. The other file is just documentation file. The actual XP software, I believe, is this right here. So I'm on this third-party website since Microsoft doesn't support the Windows 10 download or Windows XP download. You gotta do it from a third-party website. This website I used in the past for other computers. It's really good. It's really safe. Nothing will happen. So yeah. Well, yeah, it's been long, man. It's been 22 hours since we last spoke, and lots has changed. So, I will be getting XP on this computer by the end of today, hopefully. But yeah, I'll update you guys throughout the day, I guess. Okay, guys, so I have bad news. I have been troubleshooting all day today. It has been hours upon hours upon hours since, it's been maybe 3 hours since we last spoke, and nothing has resolved. Now, normally, when I have this type of issue, if it's been hours upon hours, maybe 10 hours of troubleshooting, you'd obviously give up too. I'm not the type of person to give up, but I never thought I'd say this, but I give up. Like, the computer's restored and all, but it didn't go well. I mean, it literally took hours just to trying to get an operating system on it. I tried Windows 10, Windows 8, Windows 7. I even tried Windows 98, didn't work. I tried XP, Windows XP didn't even work. And that was original software. According to the sticker in the front, it says Windows XP. But that didn't even work. So, I give up. Maybe crazy, but I kept on trying and didn't think it would turn out this way, but gotta move on. Sorry, that was my phone. Hold up. My bad, that was my phone. Anyways. So again, I wasn't expecting this to turn out like this, but, we move on. I'm gonna move on. People move on. I'm not gonna focus on this thing forever. Normally when I restore something, if it doesn't turn out well, move on, forget about it, get rid of it. If something does go well, happy, obviously, but, didn't turn out well. So, that's really gonna end off the video. I mean, I don't really know where else I don't really know where else I can go. But, this computer had potential. However, these old computers, they're so hard to work on because if you're not really like familiar with the old like BIOS from back then, it's confusing. Like I tried the different boot priorities. I tried on I even took out the CMOS battery on the motherboard, didn't work. Took out the RAM, swapped it out, didn't work. Swapped out the DIMM slots, didn't work. I literally tried everything. It didn't work. So I'm not gonna work on it anymore. I'm done. But and seller, if you are watching this video, I'm not saying that your computer was shit. It wasn't. It was a good computer. It had potential. However, it was just too complicated for me. I didn't think it would be this bad. But, yeah, that's really all I gotta say to you, seller, specifically, if you're still here. If you guys want to see the computer, I'll show it to you right now. It's still on the floor. It's still, you know, in the same sort of shape. In a way, it was good that I bought this from Gaming 0789 because, you know, there's spare parts in here I can keep, such as I'm keeping the extra screws for the motherboard, you know. But yeah, that's really it. It's everything shut down. If you are interested in purchasing this computer, let me know in the comments in this video. Let me know if you're interested. It's got an Intel Celeron 2.4 gigahertz all-in-one chip, which means it has integrated graphics, an APU, has an Intel motherboard. It's a basic computer for 2002 standards. But if you're a professional and you know what you're doing, this computer has potential to be upgraded, have a nice software on it, but whatever. I'm gonna be taking all requests if anyone wants it. I don't do mail-outs, so I will not mail it, which means I will not mail it to you. And I just want to say again, like, when I bought this computer, it's, I'll say it again, it wasn't in the best shape. Man, I'm trying to think what I should say. Look, if you're a person, okay, let me settle it at this. If you are a person that likes to collect older computer parts that are fully functional, that are working, this computer is for you. This computer actually, this case is actually perfect for a sleeper PC build. If you don't know what sleeper is, basically where you put brand new components in like a shitty case, it'll look like top notch. But anyways, that's gonna end off today's video, guys. I don't know how long it would take to get this video uploaded. It'll probably take maybe like 3 hours for this because it's like an hour long. So like, but we tried to restore it. I mean, it was successful, but mostly not successful. But I'm still posting this video because why the hell not? So subscribe if you're new here, and I will see you in the next video.